waiting for the interview. Well, I'm on a journey. It's dancing to me, like anything else that's meaningful and joyful, is a process. Life is a process. My journey as a belly dancer or Middle Eastern dancer in progress, a work in progress, as they would say.
So how old are you now?
Shall I tell you the truth?
Could do.
54. Most dancers are reluctant and refuse to tell their ages. I'm kind of against that. I kind of more lean towards the what you see is what you get philosophy. I prefer that. I'm more leaning towards that.
You had been talking about the heavy belly dancer, how you feel about beauty, the stereotypes of beauty.
Most people, especially the nightclubs, they may have an image, or especially in America, they have an image of a Barbie doll shaped, a size 2, a little 20-year-old wiggling her hips and everything. But I have found very often that the dancers that I seem to like best as dancers, and even their looks or something about them, are often heavier and often older.
Maybe it's a finesse.
It is. It's a seasoning. It's a life experience. So just do my floor.
This is your floor work?
Well, this is my exercise. Do you want me to do the floor work per se?
Yeah.
All right. In the floor work,
Yeah.
your front body should not be facing the audience. No. It should be like this in the floor work. You understand?
Yeah, because you're going to lean back.
Right. And you don't want your crotch facing the audience usually.
Well, other people might want it.
Oh. I don't know if I can do it. I was about 45, no, maybe 46, roughly around 46.
You started it, and I once started a long time ago, but how come you continued it? I mean, you're devoting a lot of time to it, right?
Yeah, I just guess I got hooked onto it.
Why?
I had encouragement from people. I needed the exercise, and I guess I liked the challenge. It was very frustrating because I couldn't do the moves, I didn't know how to do the moves, and the classes weren't really geared for someone like me with not a whole lot of basic dance training or dance experience. But in spite of all of that and all of those obstacles, I just enjoyed myself. I just didn't want to give up so fast.
But why belly dancing? Why not some other dance?
I guess I was drawn to the music, the passion, and the creativity, and also, I have to say, the sexuality of the dance.
Have you attracted guys with it?
Now and then.
Levanah,
Yes.
does the music itself play a great part in your performance?
Oh, and how? It's very significant, it's very important. The dance, in many respects, is really about the music, hearing the music, feeling the music.
Did you
Yeah,
have?
there are a lot of changes in tempo, aren't there? And,
Well, there are changes in tempo, but there are also changes in rhythmic patterns. The Middle Eastern rhythms are very different than the Western rhythms. And even though I do have a music background, which has helped me tremendously, it's really an education in itself. That was really another whole area where I had to really learn and really get more in touch with the music than I have before.
Mhm. Do you have to do counts and things like?
In a way,
In a way.
yes. When you get into real serious choreography, of course you have to count. But which I think you're talking about is the rhythms.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's knowing or recognizing and feeling the rhythms. The main basic Middle Eastern rhythms you learn, I've learned the basic patterns, the belody, the maksum, shiftateli, Saidi beat, the kashlamar. There are several major Middle Eastern rhythms, and the mafuf, and I could go on a little
Wow,
bit.
yeah.
And they become much more a part of me or a part of one. It's a part of the language of the dance that becomes slowly but surely ingrained.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. I love the question because I think that's very important. I think that's a very big part of the dance. These are my finger symbols. Yeah. Also known as the zils in Turkish or the sagat in Arabic. They make wonderful sounds and they are a musical instrument within themselves. What I asked is how do you put them on? I didn't want to lecture.
Oh,
This is how I put them on. I put this on my third finger, my middle finger, and this on about some different things. I've learned basically to develop hip work and drum solos. That it's not just wiggling your hips around, it's coming from certain little groups of muscles that you tighten. And they're called, well, I'll use a medical term, the psoas muscles. And they're groups around, what should I say, the groin area or the buttocks. But knowing how to use them just opened up avenues for me to create a more exciting drum solo.
Belly dancing started to please men, right? The history of belly dancing?
Yes, that's one aspect of it, yes.
Your belly dancing started.
Yes.
But the history of belly dancing, was that about pleasing men way back when?
Actually, no. That it was for women to dance for other women. It may have been involved around rituals.
Wasn't it developed to help women deal with childbirth?
That may have been one aspect of it. The women and the men were very often segregated in religious situations. It was a religious culture, and the women danced for women and with women, whether it was before a wedding or any other kind of rite of passage event. They celebrated that way.
I used to sing while you danced.
Yes.
How did you feel about that?
Well,
Or
it
that
was-
whole thing?
Well, it was a lot of fun working with you. When you sang and to your wonderful composed music and to the other music, another aspect came out. It was more like sharing the love and the connection, which I think is another aspect of the dance. And personally, as far as I'm concerned, it's relationship. It's relationship to the other musicians, the other dancers, as well as to the audience. And you and I were able to bring out a relationship. It's a spiritual thing. It's an intangible thing. It's being able to harmonize and synchronize together and enjoy. beautiful floor work. And as a dancer, I love to observe the way a cat moves, the way they stretch. You know, the way they just, oh.
Are you looking for true love?
Well, maybe deep down inside I am. Sometimes I can just be so irrational, illogical, unrealistic, but I like to believe that maybe something like that exists. I feel sorry for him already.
How good are you now?
Well, the best way for me to answer that is I've got a long way to go, but I've come a long way, baby. I love to dance.
Any final words you want to say, or to end up this interview?
To all of you out there, don't necessarily give up the ship.
Don't necessarily
Yes,
give up the
don't sell yourself short. Go for what you want. Be realistic, but be positive. Okay. You never know.